What's going on, everyone? So GBGW here. So we're gonna be doing the first 10 laps of the battle circuit over here. So I am quite late on this, so I finally have time to do some of the battle circuit over here. So the first 10 lap I would say is fairly easy over here. So all the parts I am using here is currently all 10 laps is gonna be all free to play parts, no so cost limited parts. So here we go. So right now they're both the Buster Gundam and the Amazing Saku is on the high grade side, so they should be easier to deal with. But like once you get to like lap 5 or so, it's gonna get a little bit trickier. So in this specifically, I didn't went for too many like high power stuff over here because I think just with this setup over here, it was quite doable. You just have to use a lot of like pow stuff over here, which I am using. So this shield over here, you cannot really get it anymore. This was one of those from the arena exchange like way back. So I think back then while I was doing like the earlier ones of the battle circuit, and then I went out of my way to just grab 3 copies of it. So I think I should be using it throughout the battle circuit over here or not. So freedom can be a little bit tricky from there just because of those. You can kind of lower your defenses. Your I think shot and melee defense, so that's why you gotta watch out for that. So we are now on lap 2. This one you have to use is recommended to use the 4 space word tag. Coincidentally, the map is actually listed under the 4 space, so you will be able to get that. Instead of a 5%, it's gonna jump up to a 7% up to all parameters over here. So this build is actually a pretty short chunky build over here with a lot of good Wolfer EX skill that I have accumulated throughout. So any new player coming in might have some trouble, even like for example I'm using a lot of free-to-play parts over here, right? All these are actually from the Warfare parts. Like they're actually pretty good because they are easy to level 10. Like I mentioned many times, those are always get the farm up over here. So I think from here I'm just gonna like use my bazooka just to kind of take it out, because I do want to conserve all the EX skill, trying to focus it on the strike freedom, not the strike freedom, just the freedom Gundam over here. Yeah, that did a lot of damage over here. So and actually like when you're doing battle circuit over here, like those A Pierce EX skill actually comes in pretty good, pretty handy, because they do allow you to kind of stun your opponent for that, just that little short period of time where you can just kind of escape just a little bit over here. So onto this lap 3 over here, I believe this is skill hack mode over here, so that's why I have the Rose and Zulu backpack, trying to get him onto that Psycho Jammer over there to kind of lock it into place where I can just really shoot him into place. But I believe it didn't work out as intended. But here I actually have 2 word tags over here, mid-range and Gundam type, just to get a little bit more shooting buff over here. So taking on these 2, Buster and then Amazing Saku is gonna be no problem, just because how this map is designed, or the condition. You do 400 more percentage, 400 more percent damage if you're using like other, which is or your normal shooting over here. So I actually missed over here. I did back up over here, even though it missed him on the actual. I thought it would have stunned, but never mind, didn't. Because Freedom out here just chasing me, so we're just gonna have to just pow him down over here, doing pretty good damage. He was stunned for just a little bit over there, or staggered it. That's how they would like to pronounce it here. So this one we're done over here, pretty good. You just have to kind of keep backdashing a little bit, and then also conserve your gauge, your burning gauge. So on to lap 4 right now. So lap 4, I don't think it's any. I can't even see what was the condition over here, but I actually used another archer up over here. I think just having that little extra damage buff did kind of help out in a bit. I also have long range and high firepower as a supporting tag, so that will give me a fairly good amount of tags up over here. So this time around, I believe I went out of my way to kind of take care of the Amazing Saku first. Did I not? Yeah, I did right here, because I've known that Amazing Saku actually have pretty good tracking on those EX skill over here. So if you see Amazing Saku coming in, you better take care of him ASAP, because he will take you down with the amount of missile he's doing. Like all his EX skill, he can take you down. So we got Freedom Stagger over here. I believe I still have my archer up at this point in time, so just gonna back up a little bit just to do some pow actions over here. Yeah, he got me that head broken again, which is a little bit unfortunate, but my gauge is kind of going back up over here, so that's nice. So Gonna continue to back up just a little bit over here before I use the GN Ice Blaster over here to finish things off. So we're gonna be moving on to lap number 5. What is my time over here? I think of all these laps I'm doing, I'm probably around 3 to 4 seconds behind. So lap 5 is gonna be the Transformer tag over here. Transformer tag doesn't really support shot that much. I think it only gives shot defense up. I don't know why it gives melee offenses instead of like it's kind of like a weird tag that kind of support both in a way. But once you have this activated, you do get 150% up to all your parameters, so that is gonna be good. So I actually went over to take down the amazing Saki first. There you go, he's done. Buster is gonna be an easy one to shoot down just because he's gonna shoot those long beam. Just watch out whenever you use your EX skill. Make sure you use it after he uses his like his buff EX skill, because if you guys have known, like when you use like buff EX skill, you kind of levitate from the floor. That is, if you use your EX skill at that point, you're gonna miss. So make sure you wait either when he's shooting or after he uses his EX skill. So yep, you see him kind of levitate just a little bit over there, so just want to use it right after or before. So how many EX skill do I have? All 3 are available at this point in time. So I think this one kind of staggered freedom just a little bit. Yep, that's good. So I think at this point, just gonna shoot him down just a little bit over there. That head broken always gets me, so that's always unfortunate to deal with. So I think this one is actually longer just because is it actually longer? I can't actually recall. Yeah, just a little bit longer for all these matches over here. So on to lap number 6. This is gonna be the switch mode over here. So I did one for the T type. I think L Strike Shield over here. I think it does provide pretty good shot defense. I didn't go out of my way to have to alterate it. But this one is actually pretty good. So when I did this build, I just kind of filtered it with the high shot defense. I didn't really go for too many of the tags, because if you do activate the tags, it would just go to the shot defense instead, because you guys, this one is actually switch mode. So this one I got him on this iframe over here, so I was kind of like blocking frame, so he can't really hit me. So that was really luckily for me, because if I were to be on the floor or use my other EX skill, he would have just got me with his I think handgun. Yeah, that handgun does a lot of damage. So we got Buster over here kind of staggered just a little bit, and then just gonna use my machine gun to just shoot him down, conserving all my other those magazine type EX skill over here. So like fortunately this EX skill, the magazine type EX skill, does a lot of damage for being a B power. So it's one of those EX skill where like they kind of, I don't know why, or I don't know if those EX skill are kind of misplaced in terms of like power differences, because like it says B power, but like the amount of damage we're outputting is actually a lot. So I don't even know how they kind of scale these kind of EX skill power sometimes. So lap 6 is done at this point over here. So moving on to lap 7. So 1 second shorter than the other one. So lap 7 is going to be a advanced physical mode over here. So I have been using a lot of physical EX skill already. So fortunately I do have more coming in over here. So I'm using this EX skill again, so this is going to be the second copy I'm using. We got the Ashia F-type EX skill, and then we got the heavy arms. So do want to mention that a lot of these build over here, I do take into consideration of some portrait and tag at the same time, because there's a little bit of percentage that's kind of boost your overall damage just a little bit. So when you guys are going through your parts, make sure not only like the tags and your trait kind of have to work it between each other as well, because they will give you a lot of support throughout. So yeah, look at like my machine just kind of misses over there while he was using one of his buff EX skills. So I think I kind of took out that Buster prematurely over here, because all the EX skill isn't ready yet. So I have to rely on this EX skill over here, which is not doing the most amount of damage over here, just because it's a depowered. So we kind of backed up Freedom using that NGN bazooka launcher over there, which is kind of good, just to kind of push him a little bit over here. So this one I almost died, to be honest, because he kind of shot me with his Vulcan over here. We kind of just made it by a notch over here. So Yep, we finished over here. Alright, so now we're gonna be moving on to lap number 8. In terms of time, yeah, this one is just a little bit longer. So lap number 8 is gonna be a Ace exclusive tag over here. Unfortunately, I feel like Ace exclusive are ties into a lot more of those, like in terms of E skill in my possession. I have a lot of like those Sokas and limited ones over here. So this one was actually a little bit tougher to build than I would have initially thought. So but fortunately we were able to find some good E skill that I am using. Normally I wouldn't use those like A piercing C powered like those longer type longer cooldown E skill, but as I've been using them a lot over here, I feel like they're pretty good. So like in future bounce gear, I feel like I can still continue to use them even though they're so-called like longer CD. So they kind of take the place, I would say they kind of not replace, but they're just better option for those like custom E skill, because I don't think there's a lot of good custom E skill in my possession, just because this one ties into the shop build, right? So I want to conserve them as much as I can until I hit lap 11-20. So whatever I have in my possession, I'll probably use a lot of those better parts, those better standard parts, so I can just kind of pound my way through. So I think I am going to use this one over here. Does do pretty good damage, and most importantly, he was staggered for that good second over there, so I can just kind of maneuver my way out of a good situation if needed. So this one is going to be a little bit longer because I kind of mismanaged my E skill during the first half when taking down those two grunts. So this one is done over here. What is my time on this one? One thing I didn't really do in this match over here, I didn't charge up my E skill. Alright, so this build over here, before I talk about the E skill whatever, I actually went for a melee build over here because of the condition over here. I think this one was what was it? This one was like when you have type advantage, you do 200% more. So I feel like I can kind of cheese in like a melee build over here. So if you guys have many melee parts sitting around, I feel like this is a lot where you can kind of use it over here. So I went ahead to take out the amazing Sakura, and then coming out over here, waiting for him to use that long beam over here, and then just kind of shoot him down like so. Nice. And then we have just that one custom E skill, the what is it? What is that called? The transcend right there you go. Yep. So I was talking about I didn't actually go a defense mode throughout just to have like the buster shoot me down to get my job gauge up. Normally I would do that to get that extra damage when I can activate my job gauge, but like I feel like it wasn't too necessary when I can just kind of take them down fairly easy over here. So wow, we're in lap 10 already, so this is gonna be the last lap we will do for this video over here. So I will leave a timestamp below just to the laps that you guys need help for example. So this one I am actually gonna be using a custom E skill over here, because starting from lap 10 onward, we're gonna be facing two sets of enemy at the last phase over here. So two enemy on this setup, and then two enemy at the next phase over here. So went in ahead to take care of the what is it? Amazing Saku. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting his name for some reason. I almost said Goku for some reason, because they're like kind of the same pronunciation. You know. This one I did kind of use a little bit of those magazine type E skill over here, just to kind of get him down a little bit further, where I can just kind of shoot him out over here. So I'm gonna quickly use the what is it? This E skill over here. Is it the what is his name? The Wingana Fenice? I think. I'm forgetting a lot of these EX name over here, like the actual units over here, but we were able to KO the Freedom with just that one EX skill over there. So that one missed, so unfortunately, but we got him right on here over here. So with that being said, this will be it for the first half of the battle circuit over here. I will upload as soon as possible for lap 11 to 20. So with that being said, I'll catch you all on the next one.